Please welcome to the podium, Chris.
Good morning, everyone. Imagine walking outside of a bank right after making a huge withdrawal. A stranger dressed in tattered clothing with the distinct smell of smoke and alcohol approaches. Clearly absent of class or tact, the stranger throws caution to the wind. The stranger speaks boldly with the slightest of hesitation or reservation. Standing almost nose to nose in the very space I'm sorry, I lost my place.
Debo, would you start over and just make sure that that's recording? Because I've got a feeling that maybe it didn't actually. Do you go up to the bottom?
Where it's
See
recording?
where the colorful little thing is next to PowerPoint?
It's not.
Right next to the PowerPoint?
Click it.
Show it? Yeah, okay.
Homelessness in Dallas. Imagine walking outside of a bank right after making a huge withdrawal. A stranger dressed in tattered clothing with the distinct smell of smoke or alcohol approaches. Clearly absent of class or tact, the stranger throws caution to the wind. The stranger speaks boldly with the slightest of hesitation or reservation. Standing nose to nose in the very space traditionally thought to be personal, makes a demand for money. The chronically homeless population in Dallas continues to cause negative health, social, and economic effects on the local community. Providing volunteer work at a local church lends to the credibility to support these statements. The City of Dallas Clean Team has a significant chance of exposure to infections from drug paraphernalia that are left behind from the homeless. The Clean Team is responsible to clear the nook and crannies of buildings. Investors interested in viewing, renting, renovating, or purchasing a boarded-up building in downtown Dallas should be prepared to step over fly-infested new or rock-hard old human waste to get to the door. Be sure to take a deep breath while navigating a path through the abandoned sleeping bags. It is common to see discarded intravenous needles. Perhaps needles are used to deliver diabetic insulin, or in the case of the out-of-control addict, it's the quickest method to supply a ray of sunshine, which is the term for getting high in the streets. Needles left carelessly tossed about bear the contents of anything from A in arsenic to Z in zinc. Many of the chronically homeless refuse treatment at first, but some agree to it later after building a rapport with caseworkers. City workers, pets, and pet owners alike run the risk of developing health issues when homeless men and women leave behind soiled clothing and containers of uncapped urine. Social issues manifest themselves in many different forms. Seemingly innocent and harmless advances toward others in society, attempting to ask for money, cigarettes, and a lighter, also leads to deviant behavior. Last week, a small group of women were exiting the courthouse, and a man walked up and asked if anyone had money to spare. The homeless man was obliged with $1. A few moments later, the homeless man began to speak in a more aggressive tone and asked each individual person to check their handbags for more loose change. These individuals have gone as far as committing crimes against each other, ranging from petty theft, robbery, and even murder. The police would like to identify at least 50 people that use the bridge as a base for criminal activity, said Deputy Chief Vincent Govek. The Bridge Homeless Shelter and Assistance Center has an open door policy that attracts criminals who eat, shower, and get health care there, and then hit the streets to prey on downtown Dallas. Social issues stemming from being homeless are also becoming issues for the community. The economic drain the homeless is putting on the Dallas community has grown to epic proportions. North Texas spends millions each year trying to help the homeless population. Local churches collecting clothing, toilet tissue, soap, deodorant, toothpaste, and toothbrushes. Value Options a for-profit company, manages services for the poor and homeless in North Texas. It receives more than $100 million per year from the state to serve the North Texas homeless. More funding is needed to serve the chronic homeless. The chronic homeless term for being on the streets a long time, or at least multiple times per year. It is an ongoing cycle between getting services for shelter, treatment, and multiple addictions, only to be jailed for mental health confrontations with police. Some relative costs are not limited to ambulance rides, hospital stays, and removing trash from homeless camps. Taxpayers foot the bill for servicing the homeless at all levels, from the city, county, state, and federal levels. There are many ways the chronically homeless population in Dallas continue to cause negative health, social, and economic effects on the local community. So the next time you see a homeless man or woman, remember that's someone's father, mother, sister, brother, nephew, or niece.